Yeah, I had always written and directed my own films before this, mostly independent films. So one of the really fun things about this process was when I came into it, there was the script for episode 7, and they were shooting episode 7, so I was watching the dailies of Daisy and of John and of Oscar creating these characters, but there wasn't like a set, rigid outline of this is where it goes next. There was the script for 7, and then the question was, okay, where does this go next? What happens with these characters? So there was room to organically find that and to grow them in a way that kind of made sense with what the actors were doing. It was a really fun storytelling process, and I think it ended up leading to some very surprising places.
This time was very physical, so there was nothing new per se I had to learn. I just had to carry on with my training, and I felt at the end of filming The Last Jedi I was much stronger, which was great.
I definitely had to learn a lot more, some fighting. There was some fight choreography that I needed to learn. There was also some stunts, some running, jumping, riding. There was a lot of stuff that Finn has to do in this movie. So the training for it was actually more intense than 7, which is good. I liked it. Really enjoyed it.
Look, this was just a gift that was so unexpected. We had a beginning, a middle, and an end. And then they did the prequels, and we all enjoyed the prequels. And I thought, first of all, George said, I'm not going to do 7, 8, and 9. I don't want to be doing these films when I'm in my 70s. So I wasn't concerned because I didn't expect that they would use any of the prior characters anyway. I thought it might be set 50, maybe 100 years in the future. It'd be a completely fresh start. So to come back to the role after so many years was a challenge, but it was very exciting. And I was able to enjoy it in a way this time that I don't think I ever could have in my 20s.
This time round, to step on set felt nerve-wracking actually, because the film had come out and people were very wonderful and that was great, but I felt a bit more neurotic about wanting to do a good job and wanting to make sure that the things that everyone liked with Rey were continuing. But after much discussion with Ryan and working with Mark and everyone else, it was a really wonderful experience to go back to.
It wasn't easier to step on set of episode 8 because it felt like we left 7, life got quiet, everybody went on a break, and then coming back to 8, it felt like we were almost in a time machine and we're doing it again, but it was a whole different experience. So the same kind of fears come up as into how you're gonna relate to the character. Were you even the one that performed in 7? Can you remember who Finn is as a character? But once we got the first day down, we were just on a roll after that.
Most of the cast is the continuation of the characters in The Force Awakens, so, and it's all my favorite young actors. I mean, Oscar Isaac and Daisy Ridley, John Boyega, Adam Driver. These are all just like extraordinary young actors. I felt so lucky coming to work every day with them. And then obviously getting to work with the great Carrie Fisher and Mark Hamill was amazing. And then there was room to cast a couple new characters, and we were able to get some really interesting actors in those parts. Benicio del Toro plays DJ, who's kind of a scoundrel. He brought a really unique, crazy kind of vibe to the part. I'm excited for people to see it. And then Laura Dern plays Admiral Holdo, who is a new character, and Laura's extraordinary.
Well, I was really shocked to read the script, and I thought, really? This is what has become of me? Who says so? I had my own view, but that's not my job. My job is to interpret whoever the writer is, whether it's George or Larry Kasdan or J.J. Abrams, in this case Rian Johnson. But I came to understand that a surprise is good. if I was what I thought I was going to be, which would be a Jedi that's so powerful that he walked through the forest and the trees fly away, you know, in his wake. And as my son, who's the Star Wars expert in my family, he knows all the novels and the games and all of it, and he said, well, that's been done in this, and it's been done in that, and this and that. So what I'm saying is to find a way to present Luke in a way that's engaging but still surprising to the audience is no small task. And Ryan's done an incredible job. Like I say, it took me a while to embrace it fully. I had my own qualms, but my job is to do the best I can to realize the director's vision. And I came to trust Ryan so deeply that, you know, we'd do a scene, and I'd like the way I did the scene. But he'd say, do it this way. And I say, are you sure? I mean, you want me to do this or that? Yeah, just try it once. So, you know, I'm game. And I would try it, and it wouldn't feel right. And he'd go, that's it.
I don't feel like I'm carrying on Carrie's legacy. I think that what she has done in Star Wars and in cinema is unique to her. I'm very, very pleased that people have responded so well to Rey, but I mainly attribute that to the wonderful filmmakers who created the character. It just so happened that I got to play the role. So I'm really, really pleased how people responded to it, especially little girls and little boys. And hopefully people will continue to enjoy the story Rey goes on.